Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Daniels. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And incomplete to open things up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Steps away, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Jordan Reed has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that's incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and, you know, the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 56, Mike, 56.
From the gun, Daniels. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
A first down carry by Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
To throw on second down, Daniels. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Set. 319. 319. I got him, man. I got him. He's mine. Detroit. Detroit.
On third down, Daniels looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Cooper was the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, an even 90 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here come the Redskins now. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
Lucky 56.
To throw on second down. Lawrence. Complete. Richardson has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels being chased out left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. On first down, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From the gun, Daniels. Looking left side of he's got a man. It's Richards. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw on third down, Daniels. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Geis with the carry on second down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this dip.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Escape, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Leopard! Gone!
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, this is Geis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney.
To throw on 2nd down. Daniels. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Thomas. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. DeAnthony Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have come upon it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the... And got his man complete. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Forced out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long. 3-19. To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence off to Geis on the screen.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! 4 down! 4 down! Alert! Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Watch quick! Watch
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Daniels got his man complete over the middle. That's Richards. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. The give is to Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
They go to Elliott again. Fights him off. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll hand it down to Geis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Redskins on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. And the Colts have scored again to widen their lead even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And now here come the Cowboys. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jameis Olawale, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They run with Thomas. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
All right, now look at 56. 56. Lucky 56.
Back now in Arlington. On second down, Dobbs dancing to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and forever.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, Dobbs. And able to find Dorsett. He got 29 yards that time.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the spin. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Dobbs. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and build a play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
On play action, it's Dobbs. Out to the left here to Reed. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Redskins on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st down, Daniels. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Over!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And the pressure gets to him again. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now look at 50. 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Daniels. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On the ground, it's Thomas. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Checking in on Houston, it's in the 4th quarter there. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near.
Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at 56.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Patriot!
Now Thomas. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. Looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. It's a 7th loss of the year, so that means they will not reach their goal that they stated before the season began of being a 10-win team.
And now things get a little bit bumpy. Something might be a little bit off with this team because they expected to get to 10, which is kind of the threshold for all teams that hope to make the playoffs. Now, in order to get there, they're going to need plenty of help. But maybe the team chemistry might be off a little bit.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Big D.
you.